We said that.
Women used to say, yeah, but no, y'all didn't say that. Y'all
Yes,
didn't
we
say
did.
that. Y'all said y'all don't have a problem cooking. Y'all didn't say y'all would cook for the man. That's
You don't
why
necessarily, depending on what money is involved, depending on what individual is involved, we might cook for them. We might get to go out to dinner all the time. I might get to
your
take
answer
them out
was
to
just
dinner.
make yourself available. That's exactly what you said. You said I would make myself available for
Right.
for his
But that
attention.
doesn't
But
necessarily mean cooking.
the simple answer would have been just to cook for him. But I don't
But
think
that
most of
doesn't
y'all
mean
practice
cooking.
that. You busting it open.
Availability doesn't
You
mean
busting it
cooking.
open quicker than you cook for the man, and I think that's where the problem is.
Availability doesn't mean cooking for the man.
I understand that. I totally
So why do
understand
you
that
keep saying either or? Like we should have did one.
because the original question was,
I get the original question.
what would you do to pursue a man? The simple answer would have been cook him a plate.
Last week on Ladies First.
What if he already showing interest and already doing something for you? And this happens a lot, for example, when men take women on dates and all that, right? I like you, you like me, you drop your handkerchief. I picked it up, say, my lady, you dropped the handkerchief. Can I take you on a date? Da, 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 da. And this man takes you on a date. This man buys you some drinks, he buys you some roses and all that, right? Now that we got it completely established that the man has a little bit of interest in you, should the woman put the foot on the pedal and make sure she now shows that yes, you are my man, not another woman man, and I'm going to do everything to actually get you to commit to me? What should woman do on that circumstance now that the man actually put something on the ground?
Women are responsible for discernment. So if he's showing interest, her job then is to reciprocate warmly. Over texting, over calling, overly being available is not attractive to men. But if he's showing interest, you show warmly an equal response.
So you start chasing him, right?
That's not
No,
chasing.
chasing would be.
Just 1 second. We
No,
have to
that's not
define this.
chasing.
Now, one
You're
second, please. We have to
confusing.
define these words. Me
Okay.
chasing you is I will take you on dates. I will take you to fun places. I would sing you love songs. I will send you Grand Rising Queen. I will make your life easier. I'll send you cash apps, whatever. A woman chasing a man, what would that be? Let's go. Let's do the what should, like, if a woman is chasing a man, what should these actions be for showing the man that actually the man, to actually show that dude that she's into him? Like, what are these actions? And an,
Availability.
and an HQ, yes.
She's
She
available.
shows natural curiosity into his life, right? So if he like starts talking about himself or whatever at the date, she's like, oh wow, that's really interesting. Like, tell me more. How did you get into that? She doesn't
No,
say,
no.
oh, I do that too, right?
I didn't say how to gaslight that man. I said, what things should you do for that man for you to actually show that you're interested in me? What you're saying right now, Annie, is what men tell other men to do. Let her talk and say, interesting. I never thought about that. That's kind of like dishonest. Let's actually
I
talk.
don't think that's
Let's
what
actually
Anne's
talk about
saying.
things. And Carmen, you can chime
Yeah,
in.
no,
Let's
I'm
talk about things that
not.
actually make that man like you and know that you are into him. Like, what are these things that we are defined chasing afterward? Like, what are these things?
Well, the only thing you can really do is be available for this conversation or this pursuit. I mean, there's not really a lot you can do. I'm not going out buying a man stuff. I'm not going out, popping up at his job doing crazy shit. Like, I'm not doing that. If the
But
man shows his intention, he has now he has my intention. So now he has to go further with that to show me that it's more than just a sexual thing. Because a lot of
Wait a second, isn't this ladies first?
I know this is ladies first, but you are not going to tell me what you're not going to do. That was not the question. You are literally, I said, HQ, what are you
Thank
really,
you.
what should the woman do for a man? And she said, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing this.
okay,
Okay, this is what I would
I'm
say.
saying, I'm
What
saying,
are you going
I'm
to
saying
do?
I'm available. I'm saying I'm available. I'm
And she
letting him know
said,
that I'm available, that I'm open to his conversation. I'm open to him pursuing any kind of dates. I'm open. That is how I let him know that I'm interested in him. If I'm not interested in him, he'll know that right off the bat. I'm not answering the phone calls. I'm looking at you pop up and saying, "What the hell you doing here?" When I'm interested in him, when you're interested in a man, you're available for his conversation. You're available for what if he wants to go on a date. You're available for any kind of conversation on the phone. You're answering his texts. You're doing all those things.
So just to make sure you are not cooking for him, you're not cleaning for him, you're not sending him some money here and there, massage his back, give him a piggyback ride. You only are going to engage into something that initiates. You're not going to actually cater to him, right?
That depends on how far in the relationship you
It's
are.
the beginning. It's
I'm not doing those kind of things at the beginning. Rubbing feet, doing crazy stuff like that.
Let's do a time like it's a month. Are you doing stuff?
Like what? Give me an example. Like what?
Like cooking for him.
Yeah, I might make a plate for him. I might do that.
Let's do 2 plates.
I invite him over for dinner.
Let's do 2 plates. Can I get 2 plates?
Yeah, I might invite him over for dinner. I might
get some
invite him
dessert?
to a cookout I might be going to. I might invite him on a date or two. See what he's doing.
HQ, I'm going to ask you this. Please answer honestly, okay, HQ? And CEO, I see you, right? HQ.
Yeah.
Am I getting the draws before I get the cooking?
Are you getting the draws before you getting the cooking?
Yes.
Well, with me, seeing as how I ain't really gonna try to cook, maybe the draws.
Brother. Raise your hands. Hey, and be honest. Okay, ladies, raise your hands if you cook for less men than you had schmecks with. Raise your hands if you cooked for less men than you had schmecks with.
Did you say raise your hand if you cook?
Raise your hands if you had more sexual partners than you actually had people that you cook for, men, a romantic. Hey, HQ, you can raise your hand. It's fine.
Wait a minute, ask the question again.
Oh damn, you're distracted.
Have you had with more men than you cooked for?
Yes.
Okay, raise your hand. What about you, Ann? Yes.
Yes.
Is that yes? What about you, Melanie?
Your question is, have I had with more men than I cooked for them?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. No.
What about you, Candice?
Yes.
What about you, Carmen?
I can't answer that.
You can't answer that one.
Hey.
Well, guys, look, this is literally proof that women have their priorities messed up. And this is started by women. I mean, you would rather go ahead and give the draws up to the man before cooking for him. And granted, we see this a lot, right? We see this a lot. We know this is a common thing, right? But for women to control access to X, for women to control, access to who become a baby father, all of this stuff, why do they get upset when they get the outcomes that they get? I mean, people, right? And you gonna sit here, these women who don't want to cook, don't want to clean, don't really care for gender roles. They don't care for having traditional relationships, which is why 70-80% of your women initiate divorce. It's just almost like, man, these women put themselves in a box and in a hole that they really can't dig themselves out of, because men don't want to deal with women who don't know how to reciprocate value. And that is pretty much what a lot of these women who are on this panel, that's what they're pretty much showing, is that, hey man, listen, we don't have much value outside of giving up the box, right? Giving up the same box that a bunch of other men didn't had. The growing problem within the dating market is women, right? Because they're constantly changing and they're constantly doing stuff that doesn't benefit anybody. And then when men get upset and they say, okay, well, we gotta go ahead and put a cap on this. What do you bring to the table? Then it becomes an issue. These same women a lot of these same women will have an issue if a man asks them, well, what do you bring to the table, right? And you have women saying, well, why do I have to bring something to the table? Well, I am the table. That doesn't work that way, right? A lot of these women will say they are the table, but then it's just like, man, it's an empty ass table, right? That's standing on 2 legs. Like, what are we talking about? But the victim mindset and mentality that a lot of your women walk around with and expect men to just automatically adhere to them, it just doesn't work that way. Not when times are changing now where they're going to be a lot more stoic men, a lot more a men who are strict, stern, right? Because once again, we're seeing how a lot of you women are acting today, and the fact that your woman will cry and complain about gender roles, but then expect you to wake up in the middle of the night to go protect them in their honor. The same ones that sit here will be sitting in the middle of the street getting jumped by somebody. They will be looking at you and expecting you to come help them. It's just ridiculous. But these are the same women that don't know how to reciprocate value, but they will expect so much from you. But let's continue.
I respect.
What I will say,
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I will say this. I did with my husband now. I did sleep with him before he tasted my food, if that's the question. And that's just honest. I slept with him before.
You are not different than most of us. Like it's most of us.
I mean, later he tasted my food. Later, yeah. Okay.
Absolutely, right? So
he showed his intentions, and that's something that you do when you care somebody. I don't think showing actions that you care for somebody, that's not chasing. You're cooking, you want them to feel good, you want them to be their peace. Those are things that you do for people that you care about. Okay, that's not chasing. Now, chasing to me would be like, oh, I have to call you all the time. Oh, I pop up at your job. Oh, well, let me do this because the other bitch is gonna do it. No, me cooking for you, me making sure that your well-being, those are things that you do for people that you care about.
Yeah, but that's why I said you guys you're getting emotionally caught up on the word. Based off what you guys are getting caught up in the word. You just described it in a negative manner.
No, what you said was different because you said that you have to constantly compete and chase the man.
Women we are in competition. It doesn't have to be an unhealthy competition. Women are in competition. That's what keeps helping us as women grow and be better.
No, because there's always going to be the king is always going to have his concubines, but there's always going to be.
What does
that's what you're saying, because you're saying that I'm supposed to constantly doing things to do that. But the way that you were explaining, well, at least the way
you interpreted it.
Okay, the way that I interpreted it was I constantly have to do this, and you're constantly.
I never said be a dog on a leash
in front of me. That's how I took it, and that's how you worded it.
So but that's because you guys are getting emotionally connected to the word.
No, that's not what you said. You said I'm supposed to always be on my toes and
you are obviously you are
because there's always going to be women, and I can't.
But that's why you always have to be on your job, because there's always a woman around. There's always going to be a woman trying to pursue a man that has someone. It is a job. It's a full-time job.
It's very masculine.
It's not.
Men are the ones who.
There's nothing masculine about you making sure you're cooking, cleaning, and doing.
No, but the mindset
your plate is drained. He stays satisfied. There's nothing masculine about it. Y'all just don't want to put in the work that you're supposed to.
No. She just said
a man ends up stepping out on majority of women because y'all looking at this as something bad rather than as something you're supposed to be doing. It doesn't have to be a big deal. It don't gotta be a bad deal.
It's not a big deal.
I have a question.
Don't men step out on good women too? Don't men step out on good women?
No. We're not going. This is not doing that. Ladies' first show. We're not going to do that. Did you? I see.
I got nothing to do with it.
Here, we're gonna stay right where we got y'all right now. Y'all, we're gonna stay right where we are.
And Fatty asks, what would you do if you wanted to chase a man, right? The simple answer was cook him a plate. If a man shows interest in you already, right, and already took you on a date, if you wanted to pursue that man, invite him over for dinner. Tell him, hey, you like steak? I'm gonna cook you a steak. You like salmon? I'm gonna cook you a plate of salmon. I think it's wild that y'all said y'all slept with more men than you cooked for. You feel me? That's
I'm
wild.
sure that the opportunity would have came up at some particular point that we would have invited them over. We didn't say either or.
Okay, but so let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to the original. He said, "What would you do to pursue and or chase right? Whichever word you want to use, right? It's simple. Cook him a meal.
We said that.
Women used to say, yeah, but no, y'all didn't say that. Y'all
Yes, we
didn't say
did.
that. Y'all said y'all don't have a problem cooking. Y'all didn't say y'all would cook for the man. That's
You don't
why.
have necessary. Depending on what money is involved, depending on what individual is involved, we might cook for them. We might get to go out to dinner all the time. I might get to
Your
take
answer
you out
was
to
just
dinner.
make yourself available. That's exactly what you said. You said I would make myself available for
Right.
for his
But that
attention.
doesn't
But
necessarily
the
mean
simple
cooking.
answer would have been just to cook for him. But I don't
But
think
that
most of
doesn't
y'all
mean
practice
cooking.
that. You busting it open.
Availability doesn't
You
mean
busting it
cooking.
open quicker than you cook for the man, and I think that's where the problem is.
Availability doesn't mean cooking for the man.
I understand that. I totally
So why do
understand
you
that.
keep saying either or? Like we should have did one.
Because the original question was,
I get the original question.
what would you do to pursue a man? The simple answer would have been cook him a plate.
But we
Something
did
so
maybe we
simple.
didn't think of that being the simple
And that,
answer. Now
and
did
that's
we?
but
And
that's
that's
a
not the
problem.
simple
That's
answer. That's the
what
simple answer for you. That's not
okay.
the simple answer for us.
Okay.
I also want to bring up the point that the cooking builds connection, builds intimacy, and oftentimes requires some form of stability, right? But if you're having, especially in modern times, the way sex is treated so casually, you don't really need all of that. It can be a shortcut into intimacy. And I think when we go back to the chasing thing, a lot of women believe that in order to get that stability, you have to have with him first. Like, there's no way a man is going to commit to you unless you give up your body. A lot of women think like that. Unfortunately, though, and
That's
when
a
you give
problem.
up all the intimacy early, that actually ends up being one of the reasons why he doesn't chase or give you commitment, because he has access. He has no motivation to.
And you know why they think like that? Because most women have nothing to offer other than coochie. They know as soon
Right.
as the coochie is out of the plate, they're done.
Right.
It's not that men are telling, like, I still have to know the man that got great. That woman woke up before him, clean up the house, clean up the room, cook something, smile to him, spend the Sunday watching NFL games, and this man said, you know what? I'm going to get rid of this. Like the man starts thinking, oh, she really likes me. Oh, I'm a Lakers fan, and she did a customized Laker little doll that cost $10, but there's my name on it. Oh, she really paying attention. Like, I truly believe that most women know that as soon as they give that away, the game is over.
Hold up, don't slide yet. I got a feeling you'll like this one or this. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and join the Patreon. Link is in the description below. See you soon.
And to Melanie's point, people, to Melanie's point, I mean, I think we all know what she's trying to say. Ma'am, you have competition whether you like it or not, right? You get into a relationship with the guy, do you think he could just stop doing what you're doing? Do you think he could stop being better? And, he's just going to just say, okay, well, hey, it is what it is. I still love this woman. I'm still going to be with her 24. No, some guys, it's going to get to a point where some guys are going to be like, okay, well, you know what? I'd rather just go ahead and just get something on the side and just come back to this woman because, hey, at least with this woman, of course, we may have some kids together, we may live together, whatever, right? But at least with this woman here, man, Becky from the club, hey, she's been willing to do whatever I ask her to do with no strings attached. And these same women get upset and say, why are you going outside of a relationship? They go look for other women when it's just like, well, ma'am, you're not doing what you're supposed to do in this relationship. And once again, these are the same women that will say they don't care to cook and clean for anybody. These are the same women that swear up and down, hey man, listen, we don't believe in gender roles, right? I don't believe in gender roles. I'm pretty sure a lot of these women will say they don't believe in gender roles. But once again, we'll expect you to be the one to wake up in the middle of the night to go check what's downstairs, especially HQ, right? And see, here's the thing, people, right? Here's the thing. A lot of these women, they just can't get a man just because of their attitude alone, because of how they think alone. Guarantee you that some of the women on this panel are single because the men that they truly wanted didn't want them and they were beat out by other women. That I promise you, HQ had numerous of guys that was exactly what she wanted, but she just could not beat out the woman that they had, or she just was not, she just was not the eye candy or I'll just keep it a being eye candy and wasn't reciprocating value enough for some guys to say, I don't mind dealing with this woman. I'm telling you right now, a lot of those women on this panel got beat out by other women. But instead of just simply saying, well, maybe I might need to make some changes, maybe I might need to listen to these men, they will say, nah. We're single by choice, right? Nah. These men out here this, these men out here that. It's just a bunch of women coping because they can't get what they thought they were going to get. They can't get what was drilling them when they were younger. How can I get this man to drill me, but I can't get this man to cuff me? Well, you got to change your mindset, buddy. And it's only women with flawed mindset like this who think they can jump into relationships, leech off of a man, and then jump out of a relationship and expect no consequences, expect nothing to happen after that. No, you can sit here and try to use men all as much as you want in a relationship, but it will always come back to bite you in your ass. And that's a fact. And with women not wanting to reciprocate value, it just says a lot about our sisterhood today. But y'all guys, let me know down below, man. What do y'all guys think? Once again, Melanin is just saying you're going to have to stay on your P's and Q's. And don't get upset when guys go out here and go deal with other women. This is why you will have guys who go out here and go deal with side chicks. This is why you have guys that deal with side chicks. And women will get upset, say, why are you dealing with side chicks? Why are you dealing with this? Why are you dealing with that? Well, because the woman that I do have at home that I done practically created a life with, even though she barely doesn't bring anything to the table, hey, I guess being that she's the mother of my children, or being that we're married and we done built something, right? And I'm still hoping that she changed. Hey, man, listen, I'm gonna just still deal with Becky here on the side. She's gonna do everything I need her to do. And then, I'm gonna come back home to you. But once again, women don't like that. And it's just like, once again, you create a problem that you can solve, but you choose not to because of your own ego and because you think men want to oppress women. But, look, man, y'all guys let me know down below what y'all guys think. Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. To the next one.